Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Steve. This is the Phantom Show, and we've had not one, not two, but three notable losses in the entertainment world recently. So we'll start with James Vanderbeek, age 48, from colorectal cancer. Of course, well known for Dawson's Creek. Any kid who grew up in the 90s, I'm sure, remembers Dawson's Creek. He was also in the movie Varsity Blues and any other number of projects over the years. That one affected me a little bit, because I've seen some wonderful tributes to him. By all accounts, he was a great guy with a good heart. A lot of his friends and former co-stars and what have you just have wonderful, wonderful things to say about him. Guy genuinely loved his wife, had 6 kids, and it seemed to be, really good head on his shoulders. So to lose somebody at that age from cancer is unfortunate, And then, of course, his family set up a GoFundMe because of the admission that his cancer treatments had gone through most of their savings, and that sort of spurred some controversy. But I don't want to get into that because this is just an in memoriam video. So, I'm not that much younger than he was. I'm going to be 45 this year, and so to think about people my age dying from cancer, I mean, of course it happens. It just kind of jolts you a little bit. The lead singer from Three Doors Down, the band, died of cancer recently as well, age 47. So just a reminder that you might not have as many days as you think you have. Even if you feel healthy at the moment, I mean, nobody knows when your number's up. And, if there's things you want to do, things you want to set right with people, just whatever that might be, recognize the fact that it's important to take advantage of the time you have while you have it. On that note, just yesterday it was reported that we had lost Eric Dane from ALS. He was aged 52, I think. Of course, well known from Grey's Anatomy. I'm not a fan of Grey's Anatomy, but my wife watches the show religiously, and it's, of course, been on the air for 20 years now, has a huge and highly passionate fandom. Of course, they nicknamed the Eric Dane character McSteamy to go along with McDreamy, which was the other very good-looking doctor on the show. But he was diagnosed with ALS a few years back, and unfortunately, with that condition, the prognosis is never good. It's never a question of an if, it's a question of a when, and usually the win only takes a few years. But he was behind a wife and 2 young children, and I know he was doing everything he could in the past couple of years to spend as much time with his kids as possible, and try to continue living a functional life as much as possible. But it's extremely difficult when your body starts turning against you quickly, and unfortunately, he did pass away yesterday. But again, 52 years old, not necessarily. We're not talking about a guy in a wheelchair in a nursing home. We're talking about somebody who ideally should still be alive and living their best life at that age. But again, no person ever knows how much time they're going to get, and you have to make the best of what you get. On that note, the third one we lost this week was the legendary Robert Duvall at the age of 95, a gentleman who most definitely got to live a very long and very productive life. He was still making movies up until 2022 or 2023, I think. And obviously, huge body of work, Oscar winner, always fun to watch in just about anything he was in, always gave great performances, very, very good actor, and by all accounts, a very genuinely good guy, too. Not perfect, none of us are perfect, but a lot of wonderful tributes to Mr. Duvall in the days following his death as well. But he was very blessed with a long and productive career, did a lot of great things, and even though, yeah, it's sad that he's passed away. I mean, he got 90 plus pretty good years, which I think is the best that any of us could ask for. So again, the underlying thread here is you never know how much time you're going to have. Try to make the most of what you have. Try to achieve the things that you want to achieve. And also take the time to do the little things that bring you pleasure. Because you don't want to spend your entire life consumed by work and chores and errands, etc., etc. You've got to set aside time to have fun, spend time with your family, do things you enjoy, and make the most out of the time you have. Because for all of us, the life we get on this earth really is a blink, and it can be over a lot sooner than you might think it's going to be. So, look after yourself and make the best of what you have. On that note, I'm sure some of you have seen this Lego set here in the video. This is, of course, the Stranger Things Squawk radio station set. This was a gift with purchase for the Creel Mansion set, so you can't buy this in stores. Had to buy it online. It was not cheap, but it was a lot cheaper than it was the first time I looked at it, because when I was first looking at it was like 3 days after the Stranger Things finale. So like everybody and their uncle was Googling Stranger Things, And I'm not even going to tell you how much these were going for at the time, but it was way more than I was willing to pay. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let the fervor die off on this one. I'll check it a little bit later and see what I get. So about a month later, I checked it again, and I found a reasonable price on it, so I decided to go ahead and buy it. It's not built yet. It will be. I'm in a bit of a transition phase right now. I'm actually going to be moving to a new place soon where I'll be shooting more videos. But once I get set up in my new place, so after the transition is over, I'm going to be building this, and I have a few other Lego models that are going to get built as well. But that is all I have for today. Again, a bit of a somber episode, but one I think is important because I do like to acknowledge these things. And I think as fans, fans of pop culture, especially fans who really cared for these actors, when we lose them, it certainly hits us. And a lot of times it can be like losing somebody in your family, even though you might not have ever met these people. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something useful from this video, and I will be back again very soon with more stuff.